Hello, everyone, and welcome to Body Bags. I'll be your host for today. I am Sinema77, horror and cult film lover, and this week is theme week, which Rob from Georgia picked. This is 1970 week, which we all pick a movie from the year 1970, and the one that I decided to go with, I went with Herschell Gordon Lewis's film, The Wizard of Gore. This is the something weird double drenched double feature released by Image Entertainment. I do know about the Arrow video. I just haven't had a chance to get it. So yeah, this movie came out in 1970, and the you know I really have a lot of fun with this movie, and I'll anyway. The story concerns Montag the Magnificent. He's a magician, and he gets on stage, and the actor is gloriously overacting. I mean, just he gets on, he's like, "What is illusion? What is reality?" And he's just going on. He's got this very long spiel where he talks about is what reality, is it what we think it is? What's going on? And all this other kind of stuff. Now, the thing about Montag the Magician is that he's actually a murderer, and he has this. It's never explained. It's never really described how, but he does have a power to him, and the power that he has, he can, he makes these beautiful women get up on his stage, and he's going to do what he calls tricks. And what he does is like he'll usually he binds them to a table, and then in one case, he cuts a woman in half with a chainsaw, and then or another one, he runs a girl through with a punch press. Or one, he takes a metal spike and jams it into a woman's ear and stuff. And at first, when I first watched this movie, my whole thing was, how is he gonna, how is it, I knew what the story was. He's gonna murder these women on stage, but how is he gonna do it and not get caught? And so he does the trick, but he does have a magic to him, even though it's never really explained, that he's able to make them appear fine. That like after he cuts the woman in half with the chainsaw, he's able to, and you get the close up of the guts, and his hands are getting in the guts, and everything. It's Herschel Gordon Lewis, so it's gore. You're gonna get your gore out of this. So it's like he gets his hands in the guts and everything else, and he's able to like put them back together again, or fix whatever is wrong, and they appear normal. Then they get off the stage, and they're walking about almost kind of in a zombie like trance. And then a little bit later, they actually, turns out he actually did murder them. They die from their wounds. And then we're introduced to a Sherry, who's running a TV show, and her fiance, and he's a reporter. And they're, on the one hand, you got like Sherry, she's trying to she wants to get him on his show to perform. And but at the same time, her boyfriend, he's the investigative reporter, so he wants to know like what's going on. And then when it turns out that he realizes, wait a minute, these women that we see performing in Montag's show, they're actually ending up dead. What's the story? What's going on here? So he starts to investigate and stuff. And at first he's sitting there thinking like, well, it's got to be like some lunatic. There's a lunatic goes see Montag's show, sees him doing this stuff to these women, so he decides he's going to follow them and kill them afterwards. But then as the story progresses and everything, they start to realize that like Montag is behind all this. And but Sherry, she's really taken with Montag, and she wants to, not in a romantic way, but she's just very impressed by him, and she wants to get him on her show. And he decides that he's going to do this trick, well, not a trick, but it's his magic, that he's going to get on this show, and he's going to put everybody in this trance and end up having them kill each other or kill themselves. And the movie, it's a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie, so I think you kind of already know what you're in for. It some of the dialogue is really bad. It's appalling. There's definitely continuity errors. I mean, it's like when he's doing like when he's doing one of his tricks or something like that, like the woman will be on the table, and like the punch press will go through her. Like one shot, it's clean, You can see there's no gore, there's nothing there. She's perfectly fine. Cut away, then it'll cut to the gore and all the blood and guts and everything else, and everything else. Then it'll cut again and it's like she's perfectly clean. They'll cut and all the gore and stuff. So it's like, a lot of continuity errors and things like that. Um, you know, like I said, yeah, some of the dialogue is really, really not good, and some of the performance, like I said, the actor, I believe it's Ray Sager who plays Montag, and he's deliriously over the top. He kind of reminds me a little bit. This is just my opinion, but he kind of reminds me a little bit of like Alan Ormsby's character of Alan from Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. He's just got this. He's always got to like sound like everything he says is like this, Shakespearean quote or something like that. It's a very fun performance to watch, even though it is over the top and stuff. um, just but that's the thing about Herschell Gordon Lewis's movies. Even though they're not the best in terms of being technically made well, but his movies are just fun. And I think that was kind of always Gordon's thing. He wasn't really like into oh, I gotta really make sure I do great, casting, great directing, all this other kind of stuff. It's like, just give them gore. That's what they're coming to see, So I think and in a way you can, I mean, it's like with Lewis, you can forgive it, because he delivers. It's like the movie's called Wizard of Gore, like this one's called the Gore Girls. This movie is made for the gore hounds, and if you love your gore, you're gonna get that. So he's pretty much catering to that audience, and so I mean, if you're not into gore, then yeah, Herschell Gordon Lewis is definitely, you're gonna watch his movies and you're gonna wonder like, what is the deal with this guy? Why does everybody like him so much? It's just his movies are gross, they're not made well and all that other kind of stuff. But if you are a fan, if you love gore, you're gonna be like, it's great, it's all over the place and everything else. And that's the thing about this movie. It is just so wacky and it's a lot of fun to watch. And I really do. I enjoy this movie a lot. And I really do like the concept. And I know this movie was remade with Crispin Glover. I haven't had the chance to see that. But this movie, like I said, it's a lot of fun to watch. And it's all over the place. And that's kind of its charm. Like most, I'm sure a lot of people who watch, this movie would probably be like, I hate the fact that like he's supposed to have this, he's supposed to have like this secret power or this superpower or whatever. It's never explained. We don't know what it is or where it comes from or anything like that. We don't understand how he's able to like, murder these women on a stage, but he's able to put them back together, but then they die later and everything else. The movie doesn't really answer all the questions. And then, like I said, there is this whole thing that, about, reality versus illusion, what is real, what is illusion, things like that. But, yeah, I just, I really think this movie's a lot of fun, and I really did. I enjoy it. It's like, you can kind of forgive, if you go into this just wanting fun and you go into, just wanting a gore fest. And that's the thing. I imagine there are probably people nowadays who probably like, with the stuff we've seen, they'd be like, man, this is kind of old hat, not much to it. But I still think it's a lot of fun. I get a kick out of this movie. So, but anyway, that's it. Yeah, I definitely recommend if you get a chance. Herschell Gordon Lewis's The Wizard of Gore. Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy this movie, and I highly recommend it. So, well, anyway, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. If anybody took the time to watch this video, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and this has been a very good theme week. The other videos from the other guys, everything I've seen so far has been fantastic. Everybody's done great work. Yeah, so again, thank you again for watching, and if you haven't already, if you're watching this for the first time, you haven't subscribed to Body Bags, please do. We got great videos. There's one every day of the week. I'm the Saturday reviewer, so yeah, I mean, come along. We got great videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Again, everybody, thank you for watching. This is Sinema77, horror and cult film lover, and I'll be back next Saturday. Until then, take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.